Hi, I'm Celeste, and welcome to Find Your Purple. I don't know about you, but I can get lost on the internet. This week, I don't even know what I was searching and how I came upon it, but I came upon a book called What Makes Olga Run. And Olga is Olga Kotelko, I think her name is, was 94 at the time this was written, which was 2014. Being 94 is probably in and of itself pretty amazing, but the point for this is that in her 70s, Olga took up track and field. Now we're talking high jumps, we're talking javelin, we're talking, I think there's a kettle throw, the 100-yard dash. I mean, we're talking athletic competition. And she was 72 when she started that. She was 94 at the time this was written. She was still competing. She could bench press 60 pounds, and she was 5 foot and 130 pounds. What they found in doing tests on her was that, in fact, between 72 and 92, when they did some of the tests, she actually increased bone density and muscle mass, which goes against what we've always believed. The reason this hit home with me is because I started working out, as you know, this summer, but my working out is kind of a half-hearted. I don't like to sweat, and my trainer was basically given notice that I don't like to sweat and I don't like to work real hard. Now, she's given me stretching, and I have a lot of basics I need to work on, but listening to the book on What Makes Olga Run, one of the statements was that you should walk or run 45 minutes 2 or 3 times a week at the equivalent pace of a 9-minute mile. Now, the fastest I've ever walked, according to the treadmill, was probably a 15-minute walk. So I'm nowhere close to pushing myself in any way, shape, or form to get my heart rate up. While I'm sure it's better than nothing, it's not doing anything for giving me more stamina. So I had all this playing in my mind. Then I found this book. Again, it's What Makes Olga Run by Bruce Grierson. It talks about Olga, but then it goes into a lot of health and statistics and aging and some other senior athletes, which I found very interesting, probably because of my age. So you might want to check it out. I found it was such an inspiring thing to know it's not too late for me to do something to improve my body, to improve my flexibility, to improve my bone density. But I have to work for it. I have to sweat. And I think that message came loud and clear. And I don't know if you believe in synchronicity, that you get messages when you need to hear them and you'll get them repeated. My trainer had been saying I needed to start sweating. I kind of knew I needed to start sweating. Then I hear in the book you need to start sweating. And then lo and behold, in church today, the message was from Joshua, the Old Testament. And it's about Caleb, who went to the Promised Land when he was in his 40s. And they saw, can't remember the giants, but they were afraid. Now, Caleb thought they could fight the giants, but the other people in the party said they couldn't. So instead of going to the Promised Land, the group stayed back in the desert for 45 years. So the story picks up that Caleb is 85 years old. It says, "So here I am today, 85 years old. I am still as strong today as the day Moses sent me out. I'm just as vigorous to go out into battle now as I was then." So I was thinking, here I am sitting in a group of 200 people, and I'm getting the same message that whether you're 40 or 85, age is just a number. You need to work at it. The rest of the message this week was about the fact you have to take action. You can pray, but you have to put feet and hands into your prayer. So praying to have a healthy body will only go so far. You need to put down the donut or get to the gym. And in my case, not only get to the gym, I've got to work at the gym. I've got to push myself at the gym, even though it's uncomfortable and even though I don't want to sweat. to make it worth my time, I've got to. So again, it was a message from my trainer, and then myself, and then the book, What Makes Olga Run, and then the message at church. I really, really am getting the message clear. I've got to work on my body. I've got to exercise. I've got to make myself stronger, and it is possible, but I can't just wish it upon myself. So I'm curious if any of you, I know Lisa out there, if she's watching. Hello, Lisa. She had started exercising as well recently. I hope she's still at it. I hope she's pushing herself. Let me know how it's going, Lisa. But those of you, if you're 30 or 40 or 50 or 60, again, the earlier video I did last week about why bother, I think we tend to think sometimes we give up before we get into it. This is kind of carry on from that. If you want something, you can pray for it, and then start taking action so it can come into your life. So that's it for today. As always, grab your cup of tea, sit back, and let's start sharing. And if you haven't subscribed, push that button. I'd love to see you Mondays and Fridays, and a few odd days here and there. If you have something you want me to talk about, jump in, put in the comments. I'm always willing to talk. So see you later, and have a great day. Bye-bye.